Oh shit. There we go. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody feeling this morning? I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Uh Fuck the Bears. Bro, so disappointed. Uh you guys know me, I'm not like a really big sports guy. Uh I don't really like give a fuck at the end of the day. But damn it, damn Bears. Curse of Chicago, bro. We can never pull it together. Shit sucks. But what's up? What's up? Let's see who's all tapping in. Got the homie Randall. Good morning. Nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Got the homie Dicky. What's going on? Good morning. Got Nick 666. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Got the homie Chris. What's up? Good morning. Nice to see you. Got the homie Duval. What up? Good morning, homie. And I think that's everybody. Oh, what's up, guys? Thanks for tapping in. But yeah, man. Damn Bears. It sucks. I knew they were gonna lose too, like not in a negative way, but last week I bet against them. So I was like, you know what? Since I bet against them, they're gonna win. Sure enough, hell yeah, they won. I lost a little couple bucks, but whatever. The Bears won, beat the Packers. But yesterday, I just straight up bet for the Bears. Yep, my betting curse played over into the game. Fucking made them lose. That shit sucks. Uh, but enough about the weekend. I like to take another moment of silence for Bosa and for his whole family. And they're just going through it. Bro. You guys already know what's up. Just want to really show support for the homie. Just let him know that we all love him and that we're there for him. If you guys haven't reached out to him already, reach out, let him know that you're thinking about him. Um, do what you can. If you can, send him something, send his family a meal or a couple dollars. Give him, just one less worry to think about right now. He's got enough going on. We're gonna be doing a auction. The RWO family and Wistang, we're teaming up to do one big auction all together. Not sure of all the details yet, but I think it's actually going to be here on my channel. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss that. So we can get as many people here tuned in support of Bosa. Do whatever we can to help them out. And right now, I just want to take a moment of silence real quick. Thank you. Um, so yeah, man, let's get into it. You guys know how the show goes. Um, Shit. Where's my videos? Here we go. My bad. So let's go ahead and do the coffee close up. You guys know that's where I show my favorite snake of the week. Uh, it's not the best snake, the most expensive snake, the coolest snake in everybody's eyes, or whatever. And it's just what I thought was cool. this week's coffee close up goes to Tommy over at Cold Blooded Arts, and this is what he's calling the special bong pay. So this is a special bongo spot nose, red stripe, yellow belly clown. And I just thought this thing was super cool. The colors on it are super awesome. It's got that high white coming up the sides there. It's not something that I like personally, usually as they age and become adults. But when they're babies, it looks freaking amazing. I can't deny that. And with the genes that he's got in play here, maybe that will still hold out into adult. And it's pretty cool. I always like the clowns that come out with the orange head. I think for whatever reason, to me, that's always stands out and is super cool. What's super cool about it though is not completely washed out orange. You can still see a little bit of that spot nose head stamp there, like by the nose. It's got that little skull effect going on. This stripe comes off the neck and onto the top of the head. I thought that was kind of cool. It didn't get too crazy, but it's there. So I thought that was cool. The pattern is super all broken up, especially down the dorsal. I like how sometimes getting those like little islands in the dorsal on a clown, or usually we just have that like open, swirly pattern. So when we could put something back up on top there, it's super cool. And then the bongo, I think is what's like, making it look crazy and just like all distorted and stuff. So I thought that was cool. It definitely shed some light on the whole Pompeii project. There's a lot of people out there trying to make Pompeiis, and a lot of those people get shitted on because, why try to chase a Pompeii when there's already tons of them out there, right? But there's still a lot of stuff that you can do with it. As long as you got some creativity and some vision and know what you're doing and know what these genes are do, you can still tweak it around and still make some really cool animals that we haven't seen yet. I hate when people, I'm not going to say hate, but a lot of people think that once a certain snake or a certain combo is made, like that's the end of the line and, why do anything else with it? But there's so many genes out there. This one has a lot. It's stacked, yeah. And it's hard to, get a lot of genes stacked into an animal, sure, but look how many genes we have out there. That's not the end of the road for this snake. Even this one here is still not the end of the road. You can still do more with this. You could add some more codoms on there. You could try to make it more red. You could try to make it darker. You could add some more recessives in there. You could see what it looks like in, puzzle or clown pied or ultramel or, whatever. There's still a lot of room on the project. I don't think there's ever really a end of a road for any project. Maybe a couple of them where they got weird supers that, aren't like really viable, but other than that, yeah, there's never an end of a road. You can still do some crazy stuff with this. You could just try to add asphalt to this and make it like a highway freeway version or something like that. That would look probably crazy as shit. So, and I'd also like to go back to last week's coffee close up. I made a mistake on Azani's snake. That was my fault. I told you guys it was a yellow belly Jedi. It was actually a red striped Jedi hypo. The cool part, like I said about it, was the hypo part. Really looking forward to see what comes of his hypo stuff because something's going on there and it's cool and I like it. No. My bad, man. It's still working the controls. Um, Next thing I want to talk about, if you guys were at the Pomona show, um, I heard there was like some commotion going on there. Definitely don't want to use this platform to talk about any type of drama, but I thought this was kind of important. I heard there's like a lot of protesters there, like anti-reptile people or PETA type people. Um, that's not good. We definitely don't want that type of attention on the hobby. It's always going to be there, regardless. But that's the first time I've heard of people protesting at a reptile show. It probably isn't the first time. It's just the first time I've heard of it. If you guys know anything else about like if that usually goes on at like Pomona or Daytona or anything like that, hit me up and let me know because I'm definitely like interested in that. It doesn't happen at like Tinley or Schaumburg or anything like that, so I definitely don't want to see that type of attention at one of our shows. So I think that's a really important reason why we do things like joining US Art. You guys see the banner in the bottom, join US Art. Repping US Arc today. Never slacking on the back because they always got our back. Do my shout out. Got the Amish Will hat rocking. Shout out to Double L and Randall. I got my stickers on it. Shout out to KG. And I brought the wrist games today. Y'all didn't hand me these wristbands for me not to wear them and shout you out, right? So first we got the homie DJ repping the OTP, chart the course and make sail. But you know what? He's probably sleeping still, so we're gonna skip him. Shout out to Brian Barchek. Got the homie Levance and the whole Straight Fire team. And we got the whole Wiz Tang, the homie Wiz. Then we got the homie Eric at Epic Style. Why not Reptiles? Double dipping for the art. And shout out to Brian and the whole team at Redline. Yeah. Then I want to go to. You guys know what time it is. Yeah, it's time for the green tea report. Hell yeah. So this week for the green tea report, if you guys know me, you know that I love crocodiles. I'm really big into conservation. I really had the blessing to work this past year with the Dragonwood Conservancy and work with a lot of endangered species of crocodiles and teach a lot of kids, not just kids, everybody, but just got to teach people about conservation and about endangered species, and I thought that was just really cool. Something that I really enjoyed. So this week we're gonna keep it on the crocodile tip, and we're gonna give a shout out to Daphne over at the Denver Zoo. Everybody give Daphne a big happy birthday. Daphne turned 67 this week. That's huge. Daphne is a Siamese crocodile. If you guys don't know about the Siamese crocodiles, They are critically endangered. They were actually thought to be extinct in the wild until like 10, 20 years ago. Um, they found some over in Cambodia, I think it is. Sorry, I'm gonna keep my throat. Let me get my coffee. But yeah, man, they thought these guys were extinct until not too long ago. Um, I don't know why they thought they were extinct until 2000 when they actually got Daphne from the wild in like the somewhere between the 50s and the 70s. They know that she was born in about 1959. She didn't come to the States though until about 1973, where she actually came here, and she was part of a big breeding program, and she successfully produced over 100 babies, which is super huge, you know, because they are definitely critically endangered. Because they lost like 99% of their natural habitat. So even the ones that in the wild, there's not a huge place for them to live and thrive. But she came after that breeding program. She came to the Denver Zoo in the early 90s, and she's been there ever since. And she's chilling. She's actually the oldest animal at the Denver Zoo, which is pretty cool. She's kind of a celebrity there. Everybody stops by to see her and give her some love. You can see she's super cute. At least I think she is. Um, but yeah, man, shout out to Daphne. More about the Siamese crocodiles, though. Like I said, they're very critically endangered. They thought they were extinct until not too long ago. Their numbers in the wild, there's only maybe like 500 to 1,000 of them in the wild. It's mostly in like Cambodia, and in the somewhere in some mountains in Cambodia. There's like a bigger population of them. They actually found like a couple nests of them not too long ago with like maybe 60 to 100 more babies. So that's pretty good for their for their wild numbers. The good thing is they'll never like go extinct. They could, you know, end up extinct in the wild. That's why it's still important to take measures to protect their natural habitat that's left, because we still want them have them in the wild. The captive bred animal is not the same as the wild specimen or whatever. But in captivity, there's over 1 million of them. So that's pretty cool. We'll still continue to see them for generations and generations, just, you know, but we need to protect those wild numbers. And one way we can do that is by joining US ARC. You see where the theme of the show is going today. US ARC, if you guys don't know, is they fight for our rights. They fight legislation against reptiles. Sometimes our pet reptiles and our hobby gets swept into legislation against like wild animals, and it's not fair. They make sure that these captive bred animals are looked at differently than wild animals. It's important that everybody joins. There's definitely strength in numbers. When they present these letters to Congress, fighting for our side and stating our side, everybody thinks that, you know, like it doesn't matter and government does what they want, but this stuff really does matter. Phil and Vanessa worked their butt off to fight legislation, go to Congress, and make us have a voice. They are our voice. So there's definitely strength in numbers. When they present these letters to Congress and these letters are backed by tens of thousands of people, uh, you know, it makes them listen, if you believe it or not. Um, if you guys follow USARC on their Instagram or their website or anything, if you're already a member, fortunately, we see a lot more of those blue alerts than we see the red ones. And that's great. That means that things are going in our favor and our voice is being heard. So definitely a shout out to Phil, shout out to Vanessa, shout out to the whole team at USARC, everything that they do for us. Just going to Congress, fighting legislation, showing up at shows, making their presence felt, signing people up. They do a lot for the kids, so the kids can learn about conservation. They have, their coloring book and their passport, and they team up with Snake Discovery, and make sure the kids get involved in the next generation, and that's what it's all about. Making sure our voice is heard for generations to come. So that's super cool. Shout out to the whole team over there. You guys aren't already members of USARC, go join today. You see the banner on the bottom. I think the lowest membership, bro, is like $40. With that, you get a t-shirt, a hat. Vanessa always throws in some extra little swag in there, some wristbands or some, stickers, stuff like that. So your membership literally is paid for as soon as you get it. Your shirt and a hat, that's $40 right there, if not more. And then for the whole year, they're fighting for you. If you can, step it up to the next level, or even a custom amount. Maybe you can't afford $40 to join, but maybe you got like $5. Even the $5 helps. Everything helps. It helps. It helps. It helps. That being said, I don't really want to end the show yet, bro. So, I want to take a minute. Everybody that came out last week to the show, I definitely didn't expect that warm of a welcome. I know it's like super early in the morning. People are still sleeping. If you're like me, you got those weird hours, you're probably just enjoying your day off, or, whatever. So just the amount of people that came out and the amount of people that hit the replay gang is huge. I think right now it's the most watched, or definitely in like the top 2 or 3 most watched live videos on my channel right now. So that's awesome. Shout out to you guys. I super, super, super appreciate that. Working on more content to keep the show like a little bit longer. I don't want to keep it too long, because I want to keep you guys engaged, but I don't want to keep it too short either. So you guys got anything that you want to see, hit me up. Let me know. Like I said, I definitely got more stuff planned for the show. Like, if somebody wants to come on and do an interview, hit me up. When I get some eggs here, we'll be cutting eggs and seeing babies. So that'll be cool. It's the beginning of the year, so we got a whole season here. Might even see some baby doomies later this year. We'll see. I'm not sure about that one yet. But yeah. Guys, just hit me up. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. It's still short, but pause. But yeah, I just wanted to do something with my time here and just give you guys something to watch. Something to do while you're cleaning snakes. I need to clean my snakes later. I did some of it, a lot of it over the weekend, so I just gotta like do a little spot clean and change water. Still want to know what your guys' morning routine is and stuff. You guys change waters every day, like I do? Do you do them once in a while? How often do you do like a full cleanup of all your snakes? stuff like that. If you guys got rodents, definitely interested in learning what you do with your rodents, because that's one thing that we all differ a lot in. But even though it's different for everybody, it works. Like what everybody's doing is what works, right? It works for them. So that's super cool. Seeing all like the different variety and things that work for people doing the same thing. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, hit me up. I love you guys. See you next week. Tune in later on this week on Thursday for Tinfoil Fitted. We're going to be doing the simulation theory this week. You guys see the thing, we're keeping it on like time and space. Super cool, something that we're super into, that's really boggles our minds a lot. It's crazy, crazy. And a lot of it's not just theory, because it could be proven with like math, right? Math and science, which is crazy. Maybe we'll get into like a math theory, because some people think math is also just a construct of the human mind, but if it's just a construct, why does it work? How does it work? Maybe it doesn't. Some equations don't really add up. They just tell us they do, and they don't. So maybe we'll get into that. Never know. After that, man, go hit up Saturday. OTP. I think they're moving to Saturdays. I think they're going to be on right before Sophisticated. So Saturdays are definitely going to be a banger, man. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff to watch. After OTP, go hit up Wiz's channel. Watch Sophisticated Ignorance. You know, we always get super sophisticated on there. Never a lot of ignorance. Just a cool show where everybody's hanging out. I definitely love that show. It's one of my favorites. It always has been. It's not just like a podcast or just a show. It's just a place where all the homies get to come together at the end of the week and hang out. And I know I appreciate that, because at the end of the week, bro, like we have stressful lives, stressful jobs, kids, whatever. Everybody's got a life that they're living, and at the end of the week, it's nice to have that place to just come and hang out with your friends and just kick it and let loose and just be yourself. And yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Check out the homie Elias. I think he's coming back this week with his show. Check that out Saturday morning, Sunday. Check out Father Don and his show, Everyday Keepers. Check out FNA, their show. The weekends are lit, bro. We got a lot of stuff going on. Jared, go check out the Genetic Canvas Sunday night. Hell yeah. But enough talking, man. I'll catch y'all next week. Deuces.